So this is our concrete steel reinforcement. What we do is we put the steel, the Y8 steel, and then we tie the steel with the tie wires, and then we reinforce the concrete steel before we actually throw the concrete itself, like what you see here. So underneath, then it's very solid, and these iron hooks now, those are the ones that are going to support our structure. So we on every 450 spacing we're putting these ones, so that they support our structure when we are now building the structure, so that the structure is very solid. But in terms of the trench itself, the foundation trench, we have the steel that we have put inside, which we call the Y8 reinforcement steel, which we tie on all these corners and all these spacings, so that the foundation, when it's done completely, it's very solid. Because what we are doing here, we're extending the existing cottage to 4 meter by 6 meter. So this is the 6 meter length, and that smaller one is the 4 meter length. So that space inside this structure will remain as is. That will be the sitting room and the kitchen. This side of the structure is the sitting room, and we'll remove that window so that there is no window inside the bedroom. This will be the bedroom, right? So that is going to be closed, and that lintel there is going to be chipped off. And then the sliding door, which is covered by this green plastic material, is going to also remain, because it's just a sliding door to slide from the sitting room right into the bedroom. There's no any problem with that. There will be a sliding door again here in front. There will be a 2.4 sliding door, bigger than that one, and then there will be also some big windows going that side, and then there will be another window also on that corner there. So there is going to be 2.5 meter by 3 meter windows, 2.5 by 900, sorry, windows that side, big ones, and 1.5 here, and a 2.4 by 2.1 window. So this is the wall extension that we are doing, and then we are going to attach the flat roof, of course, right on the top, and then it will throw to this side. So there will be 2 gutters here, 1 gutter here and 1 gutter there, and then we'll open a gully where the water also will flow right round and direct it into the drainage. There is a drainage here, so we'll then direct the water there. What we did here was to get to the bottom of the existing structure. So that is the foundation of the existing structure, right? So that is what we call underpinning. So underpinning means that you must get to the bottom of the existing structure so that your new foundation can be solid. And then when you then concrete it, it's now also solidified with this one that is coming on this one, the new one, the extension. And we also put the mesh wire. There is a mesh wire there that is sitting there. We'll also put it on top before we then throw the concrete. We are going to build right around with the bricks, of course. So you can see that it's a very solid foundation. That's exactly how the client wanted it. Normally the Nutec houses, they are very light structures, and ordinarily they wouldn't need such a deep foundation, because this is almost like the standard 750 foundation, and even our thickness of the concrete is 250 millimeters. So for some who want perhaps some similar structures, at times you just get a concrete slab sitting on the mesh wire. It's also workable, but for long-term sustainability, something that is very, very strong, you can also get this one, which is the proper foundation, and especially when it has got the Y8 steel reinforcements, then it's super solid. And then on top of that, it has got the mesh wire, and then it's also built right round with the bricks. So that is exactly what we are doing. We'll be taking you through the processes of each and every stage of the production of this small project that we are building here. We anticipate that by tomorrow we would have done most of the work in terms of the foundation, and then perhaps next week on Monday we should be starting to raise the structure, and perhaps by next weekend when we get to Friday, Saturday, we must be completing this structure, because it's not a very big project, but it is a project that obviously we will not rush, because we're working in making sure that everything is properly done. So that is the aspect of the foundation which we have here. The hoop irons, which I said that we are putting them on every 450 spacing, so that when our structure sits, our frame, the Nutec framing sits, it's anchored into those reinforcements. Yeah, then it becomes very solid. So yeah, so this is what we do. For those who might ask that how do you sit your panel, we sit our panel once this has been closed on this iron hoop, and then we anchor it on the iron hoop. Yeah, then it's solid. When there's winds, then it's also supported by the iron hoops, because they are anchored right into the ground, into the foundation, into the trench. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So this, I'm just basically in the inside of the structure, the floor inside, and yeah, that is it. That is it. So we are going to have a wall there, a wall in front, and a wall there. 3 walls attaching to the existing structure, and the client wants a high roof because of obvious reasons, light purposes, and then it's going to make a slope. It will slope to the back. Yeah, so it will be a flat roof sloping to the back with a gutter there and a gutter here, and like I said, there will be a gully that will be dug into the ground, that will make a U shape, and then throwing into the drain. As you can see, they also harvest water here. There's grey water that they harvest from the roof, and it's drawn all the way to the swimming pool, where the swimming pool is that side, and there is the pump. So it is the same thing, but perhaps what they suggest to do, if we can then direct that water to that side.